175, and Austin Clemens will be competing behind him. Here's Jeff Pohl now off the line, taking a huge bite and kicking it off really aggressive right away.
Oh, yeah, and right as he throttled up, you felt the energy come right back into the competition, too. And here's Micah Lindstrom. These two are going head-to-head. It pretty much is between Micah and Jeff to them. It doesn't even matter that Jeff and Austin are in this class. They are hungry for blood. That was a beautiful takeoff by Micah there. Jeff put in 95 feet, and so that's throwing down a pretty dang good score for his first takeoff. Really excited to see what Micah's score came in at. Looks to be very close. 89 feet, so they're very close. Jeff has got his work cut out for him already. Got to make up 6 feet, and that is a distance for him. That is going to be difficult. Jeff Whiteley coming in with the beast. Oh, man, just look at the imposing nature of that thing. It just looks mean.
It's terrifying. And it sounds terrifying, too.
I was going to say, it's a little loud. It's beautiful. I love that camera shot as you line up the airplanes, the precision of getting these airplanes lined right up. Here's Austin Clemens in his Husky. This is just one of the staple aircraft of the backcountry. We see these a lot. They carry a lot of weight. A great airplane if you're in the market for a certified backcountry airplane. This is Jeff Pohl. He's got 6 feet to make up from Micah's landing. And this is the first round. This is the one where they want to put a score on the board. So what I'm going to probably assume from Jeff here is he's setting himself up just for success. He wants to get a good number on the board.
So here's Jeff Pohl now coming in.
Absolutely good approach here.
Looks good on the line.
Yep, good landing. Lexi's giving him a checkered flag. And the replay shows that that was very, very close. That is a great shot.
Next, we've got Micah Lindstrom coming up in that 170 also. He's got that MT prop on the front of it. Listen to that MT whistle. You'll hear it whistle a little bit as it comes over the line.
So Jeff's landing came in at 99 feet. So Micah has a little bit of wiggle room. Jeff's landing will count and it will stand. So Micah, if he puts anything under 105 feet here, he's going to be in the lead. It does not look like Micah will do it. So that puts Jeff in the lead now with 194 feet. Micah probably came in somewhere in the neighborhood of 120 feet. So that's going to put Jeff in the lead. But here comes Jeff Whiteley. His takeoff also very competitive, 120 feet. But his landings are typically a little shorter than his takeoffs. So let's watch Jeff come in the beast. Oh, and it's a scratch from the align official, unfortunately, for Jeff. As he lets out a little puff of smoke for good measure.
Yeah, just a little early on that one for Jeff Whiteley. Now, he's been called the boy wonder. I don't know if he's still young enough to be called that anymore, and he probably hates that. But it's Austin Clemens coming in, also rocking the McFarlane Aviation MT prop.
Absolutely. And Austin is no stranger to competition or skill demonstrations. Look at that beautiful landing from Austin Clemens, keeping the tail up for good measure. Maybe a little showmanship in there, probably in the neighborhood of about 70 feet, I would estimate. And that would probably put him in the lead.
You would be right. So right now, after the first round of the backcountry class, we have Austin Clemens in first with 156. Jeff Pohl's got some ground to cover if he wants to catch up to him with 194, and Micah Lindstrom also a little bit of ground to cover if he wants to catch up to Jeff with 218, and then Jeff Whiteley scratching. So we'll see where he lands to mix it up. The other thing I wanted to mention real quick is that we misspoke about Clint in the Badlands Traveler. He's going to be flying with the MOAX in the next class, in the adventure class. So look for him flying his Badlands Traveler in the same class as those legend aircraft MOAX coming up next. So here's Jeff Pohl now on the line.
Now I'm looking for a little bit more aggressive technique from Jeff on this one. He has a score on the board, but he is the kind of competitor that likes to shave off the inches, the feet, the distance. So let's watch Jeff as he gets into the power setting here. Tail high. Watch his tail. Bounces it off the runway. That was a perfect takeoff from Jeff Pohl. He pulled that elevator at the exact moment he needed to. That was a very fantastic takeoff from Jeff Pohl. That's going to put the pressure on both Austin and Mike a little bit. Even though Austin does have a little bit of an edge, Jeff is throwing down the gauntlet. I just love
Checking the
Micah's
live weather now, Corey. Is it getting windier there in Wayne?
You know, I don't think so. I think the wind is pretty continuous and steady. It's gusty, but as far as the trending, it really hasn't changed much from our earlier rounds, Ryan. Micah putting in a fantastic takeoff as well. That one looked very close to Jeff's. 73 feet, so 20 feet shorter than Jeff. The pressure is on. This is great. He's comes Jeff Whiteley and Beast. Absolutely, he is coming.
Austin getting taxied right up to the line there. Watching him fly the last few years has been just an absolute treat. Getting to know him, you said he is super competitive. He is a bit of a showman, but he's earned that right.
He has. I met Austin when he was 17 at Stearman Field, and he was given as many rides in his Stearman as I was given in Ghost. And it certainly was a good time flying and sharing the airspace with him. We were working hard that weekend. And so Jeff putting in a 137-foot takeoff. Austin put in a very short takeoff at 77 feet. But look at Micah, 73 feet.
Wow. That's short. Hey, well, we've got a second, Corey. Can we talk about those glasses you're wearing?
I would love to talk about these sunglasses I'm wearing. They are from Flying Eyes Optics. And one of the things I love about them, quite honestly, is how amazing they are on my face. I actually forgot I had them on, to be honest with you. And in the aviation world, taking them on and off is a big deal. So they're super thin, very flexible, and the optical quality is great. Now, that's just me. Here's Jeff.
That's just me. Here's Jeff in Dirty Bird, heavy on the brakes.
I'm like, get the camera off of me. Let's watch these planes. That was a great landing from Jeff. It seemed like a little bit longer than his first one, so I don't think he'll be happy with that. He wants to move up in the contention here. So here comes Micah. The heat is on.
Yeah, it sounds like the Air Boss chatter was that the wind kind of dropped off on Jeff on that one.
And it is very, very light right now for Micah, too, so he's going to have to earn this short landing. Still sub 100 feet for Micah, and he looks like he's having a little bit of a fade issue with his right brake.
Jeff Whiteley now off to your left, hovering in, just an imposing, we keep saying that, but wow, it's just an imposing looking aircraft. Those giant bush wheels hanging down into the wind there.
It's no wonder he's a crowd favorite. Look at those, D-Day reminiscent stripes on the wing. Just a beautiful, beautiful aircraft. Kyle Bushman is one of the remanufacturers of this aircraft, and he did a fantastic job, I have to say. I am a huge fan of everything he does out of his shop, and the beast is no different. Looks like Jeff has a score on the board. I don't know that he's going to be super happy with the distance. It looked like he played it a little conservative, so I expect in his third round to come down a little bit on those distances.
Here's Austin now goosing the throttle. Whoa, right on the line there.
We don't have a answer from the line judge yet as to whether or not that counted, but that was a ridiculously short landing. Ooh. If it were me, I'd call it good, but let's wait and see what the officials say.
I think I would call it good too. So you have 2 votes for good if it counts from us.
That's such a great shot on the replay.
Yeah. Lexi's going, what? Oh, they're calling it a scratch in the booth.
Oh, did they? Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
You know, but in any case, I think his first landing was a little bit better anyway, so I don't think that that's going to matter to Austin all that much. He's going to retain his spot on top of the leaderboard with Micah Lindstrom breathing down his neck with only a 20 or a 19-foot spread between the two of them, and then even a little bit closer, well, about the same spread between the top 3. This is crazy. I've never seen that before. Almost the exact same spread between 1, 2, and 3. So we've got a 40-foot distance between the first and the third competitor, with Jeff Whiteley also in contention in the Beast.
Here's Jeff for run number 3. Mowing the lawn on that one, and he's off short.
Yeah, I expect Jeff to really put it on right here. I think we're going to either see a scratch or a really short landing from Jeff Pohl. He knows he has to make it happen right now. And here's Micah Lindstrom. He wants to continue to put the heat on Austin Clemens. So he really did a fantastic takeoff right there. Wow.
Micah and Jeff both from Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, the wind has come up just a little bit for Jeff. That's going to really be good for his takeoff here. And it was. That might be his best takeoff of the day, actually. Or close to it.
Now, Micah's takeoff there just a minute ago was 65 feet, which was the shortest of the heat.
Wow, that is really, really fantastic for a Cessna 170. So that's going to put the pressure on this man right here, Austin Clemens. He has to do something to fight off Micah and Jeff here. So he's going to have to put in a super short takeoff, and he does. That was a great one.
He was holding that tail off, just waiting for the time, waiting for the right wind gust to help him get short. Micah still beat him, though, in terms of takeoff distances with 65. That takeoff for Austin Clemens, 73 feet.
Yeah, I did see that on the leaderboard. So that does open the door for Micah Lindstrom to potentially make up that distance to move into first place. But I got to tell you, Mr. Consistent, the prodigy, Austin Clemens is tough to beat. So we've got an uphill battle. But it, again, is coming down to the final round, Ryan. This is intense.
This is super, super intense. You know what else is intense? The light that comes out of an Aero LED. Huh? Aero LEDs, an industry pioneer and leader in LED-based aerospace lighting. We appreciate their support. Here's Jeff Pohl now. On the line.
Oh, wow, that's a
you were
good
right,
landing.
Corey. He was going to be
Jeff.
aggressive with it.
I knew he was, and that looks like he's coming in probably around the neighborhood of about 75 feet. I don't think that's going to do it for him, but I think he will be happy with that one. About 88 feet, actually, with the official word from the judges. That's a good landing for Jeff, but it's not going to be enough to catch the leader.
And Jeff, with that very intense landing, very rudely interrupted my conversation about aero LEDs. So I just want to mention that they're designed and manufactured in Boise, Idaho, state-of-the-art LED aircraft lighting, and they've provided gift certificates first through third place of the unlimited class. And
Okay,
run by
here's
a lot
Micah.
I think Micah might have aero LEDs actually.
He scratched on that, so that solidifies Austin Clemens' victory in this class. I am beside myself. I'm actually a little bit shocked by that scratch by Micah. That's, believe it or not, a rare thing from him. He normally is pretty dang good at getting that past the line, especially 3 or 4 feet short like we just saw. I don't know, but I think there's going to be a little bit of discussion around the bonfire tonight. I love these guys. I cannot wait for what happens later. And those of you watching live on the internet, you've got to make your way out to one of these competitions, because the campfires and the dinners, those are where the competition really heats up. And Jeff Whiteley putting in a fantastic performance today here in the backcountry class. Always a joy to see him and hang out with him and his crew. Just a crowd favorite. Head over to his airplane if you're here locally. He does carry around a load of stickers, little decals you can stick. Feel free to ask him for one. Really cool guy. I hope he has them now that I've said that, though. But here comes Austin Clemens on his landing.
Heartbreak.
I know. Well, I've got a bunch I can give out too. Here comes Austin, Mr. Consistent. I love watching him fly because he's always safe. I don't know how many times I've ever seen him get into any kind of trouble. He did get into beta there, if you noticed, but it didn't really help his landing. That won't be his highest score, but he did really great. Or maybe it will be his highest score.
He's got to beat 156 to beat his highest score. Yeah, I was actually going to remark that I didn't think we had seen any